Hi everyone, my name's Eric, and this is my first video starting a channel about book reviews. And I just wanted to start a video by telling you why I'm starting these videos. So I enjoy books, and I think more people should read them. Reading is definitely, to me at least, more rewarding than social media. Instagram is cool, Twitter is cool, that's how I get my news. Facebook's okay, I guess. But 15 minutes reading versus 15 minutes of scrolling through Instagram. 15 minutes of reading is definitely more rewarding. Even if you only read a few pages a chapter, or you read for hours every day, it's definitely you'll feel a lot better about yourself after you read versus social media. Now, I still scroll through Instagram, I still scroll through Twitter, I still watch lots of YouTube videos, but I always make sure I read at least a little bit every day. Books aren't talked about as much as I think they should be. When was the last time in everyday conversation someone asked you, hey, what books do you like? Or what are you reading right now? It's a lot of, what do you do? I hate that question. What do you do? I say, I play golf and tennis and read. No, I mean, what do you do for work? Nope, that's a boring question. So I'm calling this channel Read the Right Thing. And I'm calling it that just because I think it kind of sounds cool. It kind of sounds like the movie Do the Right Thing. I was making a list of possible things that I could call this channel, and everything kind of sounded stupid or just too plain, like book reviews, or I was trying to get outlandish with it, but I think Read the Right Thing it just sounds right. I don't know. I think it's important to read not just classics or bestsellers, but anything you find interesting, whether that's sports, electronics, sci-fi, history. There's a book out there about everything. There's millions of books. So I'm calling it Read the Right Thing because I think it sounds cool. But this is not meant to sound pretentious, like what I read is the end-all be-all of what is good and what people should read. Because I think reading the right thing is whatever you're interested in. Whatever topic you're interested in, I'm sure there's books that are about that. Or maybe just go to a bookstore or look online and see if there's a book that pops out that you find interesting. I have a stack of books right here that I read in 2019, and there's a bunch of different stuff. There's Snuff, by Chuck. I'm gonna slaughter his last name, but Chuck Palahniuk, I think. And this says 600 dudes, one porn queen, a world record for the ages. A must-have movie for every discerning collector of things erotic. Didn't one of us on purpose set out to make a snuff movie? So I actually found this in a used bookstore, and I probably read this in a few days. It's a quick read, but I thought it was hilarious and funny and a classic. This is the same author who wrote Fight Club. So it's in that vein where it's gonna shock you, but it'll also make you laugh. It's gonna gross you out, but you'll also have empathy for these characters. So I really like that. Other books I found, just going through used bookstores, is this book called Tinkers. It's a story. It says, an old man lays dying. As time collapses into memory, he travels deep into his past, where he is reunited with his father and relives the wonder and pain of his impoverished New England youth. At once heartbreaking and life-affirming, Tinkers is an elegiac meditation on love, loss, and the fierce beauty of nature. Another cool book I found, I think while I was lucky enough to be back in New York City, is this book called The Selfishness of Others, Essays on the Fear of Narcissism. So this is just a few different books. I have essays, novels. I even have some books on TV shows. This was probably one of my favorite books that I read last year. It's called The Sopranos Sessions. Okay, if you've seen the great TV show The Sopranos, probably the best TV show of all time. These are reviews and conversations with the creators of The Sopranos, episode by episode. So it's a pretty thick book, but it's a fun book to read because you can rewatch the series and then go back and read about it. So you read what these two authors, Matt Zoller Seitz and Alan Sepinwall, who are two really good TV critics. They're probably the best two TV critics in my opinion. And with this book, you'll be able to go more in depth in the series, and you'll notice things and learn things that you might not have caught the first time around. Or even if you're a first-time viewer, I would recommend reading this along with the book. I have books on finance, I have books on creating wealth, books on the stock market. I have books written in the 1800s, books written in 2019. So just really, I'm calling it Read the Right Thing because anything you pick, anything you find interesting in, that's the right thing for you. So I used to be an English teacher. I graduated college with a degree in English teaching and a minor in communications. And while I was teaching English, I found it sad when students would say they didn't like to read or they disliked books. And I believe there are books out there that will appeal to everyone. And I wasn't always the best at relating that to the students. I would try to walk them to the library and say, let's just find something that jumps out at you or something that you're interested in. Sometimes it works, sometimes they just looked at me like I was crazy and, why are you doing this? But I'm starting this channel just because, I want to open a discussion about books that I'm reading and maybe meet some people or read some comments and maybe find some cool books or meet some cool people. Reading, I think it makes you smarter. Like I said, I scroll through social media, I watch YouTube, I watch TV shows. It's not like I just read books, but a book demands more of you than a TV show does. You engage with a book and you expand your thinking, unlike watching TV shows. So I hope you guys, if you find these videos, I hope you enjoy them. Maybe you'll find a book that I read that you'll like, and if a book has changed your life, drop it in the comments and I'll definitely check it out. I'm always looking to read new and interesting things. So thanks for watching. If you want to subscribe, go ahead and subscribe and enjoy.